For many years now, I have been developing 3D assets and writing narrative material for a fictional universe of my own creation known as AONVAI. Though AONVAI is the name I use when denoting the universe as a whole, in truth, AONVAI is the in-universe name for a loose collection of island nations. Should my memory serve me correctly, it was while playing video games on my computer over winter break of my sophomore year that I remembered a story idea I jotted down at one point the previous summer, and decided I could fuse that narrative concept with the base work I'd laid out in my Parthenon project in my school's 3D modeling class. The note where I'd written the story idea read like this. A very rich man buys an island just off the coast of Athens in the Mediterranean Sea and tries to recreate Golden Age Athens. The twist is that while the real Golden Age Athens was built on the backs of slaves who did all the manual labor while the upper class conducted thought experiments, this new Athens shall be built on the backs of androids. That's right, we're taking the high-tech Togotopia trope to its logical extreme. Maybe this island could be a social experiment funded by a large psychology corporation. Maybe the island inhabitants are being secretly filmed and broadcast. Or maybe you can use this story to make a Bioshock-esque commentary on the evils of democracy. Actually, there are a million directions this can be taken. The only thing I'm not sure about is the androids. Thankfully, this project has changed so much since then that this noted bullet point is almost unidentifiable as the concept's catalyst. By now, the stories I'm writing for AONVAI have absolutely no mention of androids, but focus more on the narrative implications of ideology-based utopias, weaving through it all the central literary theme of individualism. Though this establishes the narrative concept for AONVAI, anyone who knows how games work should have asked a critical question by now. What about the gameplay? Well, AONVAI is a game born of my love for games, so it is natural that it should draw from some of my favorite games. My goal is to employ the storytelling methods of Bioshock, such as narrative through audio logs and object placement rather than cutscenes and exposition dumps, the first-person melee combat of Dark Messiah of Might and Magic, the zero-interface design of Metro Last Light, the island exploration of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, and the dynamic faction system of Fallout New Vegas. Combat, though, is something which I approach with an even finer eye than usual, because I loathe the idea of AONVAI suffering from ludonarrative dissonance by being a cerebrally written game with mindless combat. As such, one of the methods by which I hope to unify narrative theme and combat mechanics is by making the body language of the combat animations change depending on which island the player character is currently on. The animation which you are seeing right now, for instance, is a highly prototypical proof of concept for what could potentially be a final blow in combat if the player character is fighting on Unitas Sexualis, an island which seeks utopia by carnal means. Now, this video was uploaded mostly as a means of protecting my ownership of this idea, but if AONVAI were to gain traction already by some miracle, I would be incredibly happy to answer questions about it and engage people who are interested in this universe of mine. Should you have such an interest, feel free to ask questions in the comments below, or subscribe to this channel, because next I will be working on a video explaining how the Parthenon project from my school's 3D modeling class eventually became the basis for an entire universe.